Here's a video going over a few of the extra questions that some of you had on lesson 54. So lesson 54, the two additional questions I got were number 5 and then number 9, and I'm going to be going over those with you. So for the first one, for number 5, it says Judy flew R miles in M hours and arrived 2 hours late. How fast should she have flown to have arrived on time? Well, I'm going to use that first set of information. So just from here to here, Judy flew R miles in M hours. So that means the distance is going to be R and the time is going to be M hours. Which means that her original rate is distance divided by time. So it would be distance divided by time, R over M. Then it says she arrived 2 hours late. How fast should she have flown to have arrived on time? Now her distance is not changing, so her new distance is still going to be R, but her time is changing because this M hours was 2 hours late. So in order for her to arrive on time, she's going to have to take away 2 hours from her original time. So her new time is going to be M minus 2. Now her new rate, again, you just do distance divided by time. So this would be R divided by M minus 2, and that would be your answer for the rate. Now, number 9, we are asked to complete the square to graph this equation. So what I'm going to start by doing is you're going to start by putting all of your x's in parentheses, all of the x's in parentheses. That would give us negative x squared minus 4x and then plus 6 on the outside. Now, before I can complete the square, I notice that there's a minus sign attached to my x squared, and that can't be there if I'm going to be completing the square. So I need to factor that out. And I have to factor it out of both of the terms in the parentheses, not out of the 6 because the 6 is not in the parentheses. Now, when you complete the square, you're going to take half the term attached to x. Currently, that term is 4. Half that term would be 2. When you square that term, though, so half that term goes here, then you square this term to fill in your space up here, which is positive 4. But don't forget that this is actually a negative 4. So when you do the opposite to the outside, if this is a minus 4, you actually need to add 4 to the outside. And that would give you plus 10. So anytime you add something back in, you have to do the opposite to the outside, but anytime you have a minus sign on the outside, you want to make sure you redistribute that before you do the opposite. So this plus 4 is actually a minus 4, and then I would do the opposite to that, which is plus 4. This right here is telling me that this is going to be a parabola that's going to open down, so it's going to be sad face. The x plus 2 is the axis of symmetry. So I'm going to set that equal to 0, and that gives me that the axis of symmetry will be at negative 2. This plus 10 is your vertex, so where on your axis of symmetry are you going to get started? So now I'm going to make my diagram. So I'm just going to start by making a chart 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So my axis of symmetry is that x is equal to negative 2. So I'm going to have a dotted line here because that's my axis of symmetry. And on my axis of symmetry, I'm starting at 10, so up 10. Now, how do we get our points from there? This is where that chart came in that I gave you guys when I taught you the lesson. If you do 1 squared, you get 1, because the squared. 2 squared, you get 4, and then 3 squared, you get 9. Now, I'm only going to use these points. So from your vertex, you're going to go over 1, down 1. So over 1, down 1. You can do that in either direction. And then you're going to go over 2, down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you wanted to keep going, you would go over 3, down 9. And keep going from there. You could keep making that chart. So over 4, down 16. And now you're just going to connect your dots. So your parabola will be a sad face parabola that starts on -2, +10, and this would be what your diagram would look like. Again, these are questions from lesson 54. Please let me know if you guys have any other questions and I will get those right out to you. Hope you guys all have a great day. Bye.